Admiral, let me turn to you. One of the highlights, and I was telling the Secretary this before the hearing began, one of the highlights of my tenure in the United States Senate was to attend a christening of a Navy ship, the USS Wichita. And it was great to see the sailors. It was good to be there with the Secretary. It was great to see the community in Florida respond to a new ship. And it was great to have Kansans on the water celebrating that moment. My understanding is that that ship, littoral ship, is going to be decommissioned, or at least that is contemplated. And I also understand it applies to 9 Freedom-class littoral combat ships, presumably due to mechanical issues. I think the christening was just a few years ago, maybe 3 or so. So the fact that we christen a ship one year and a few years later we're decommissioning troubles me. Does the Navy plan to retire these 9 ships, and how, and is there a priority order in which the ships would be decommissioned? One of the 9 Freedom-class littoral combat ships was involved in joint exercises with the Dominican Republic Navy, and those exercises, as I understand and have read, were successful. They interdicted drug smugglers. Are there not other uses, if there's something missing from this class of ships, that we would avoid decommissioning?
Sir, given our top line, what we did was we prioritized or stratified our platforms under the sea, on the sea, and in the air based on their warfighting value. So what they bring against the fight, consistent in a fight against China, consistent with the national defense strategy. Given our, and a priority for us has been to have a Navy that we can sustain. So in other words, we need a capable, lethal, ready Navy more than we need a larger Navy that's less capable, less lethal, and less ready. And so, unfortunately, the littoral combat ships that we have, while the mechanical issues were a factor, a bigger factor was the lack of sufficient warfighting capability against a peer competitor in China. And a key factor in the determination was the anti-submarine warfare package that was being developed for the Freedom-class hull that just were ineffective. And so we refused to put an additional dollar against that system that wouldn't match the Chinese undersea threat. That was a primary driver, sir, in leading us to determine that those ships, relative to others, just didn't bring the warfighting value to the fight. Now, in terms of, in terms of what are the options going forward with these ships, I would offer to the subcommittee that we should consider offering these ships to other countries that would be able to use them effectively. There are countries in the southern, in South America, as an example, as you pointed out, that would be able to use these ships that have small crews. And so instead of just considering scrapping as the single option, I think there are others that we can look at, sir.
Admiral, I understand the importance of prioritizing. Let me ask, what were those ships doing that will not be done by the U.S. Navy?
So the new class of frigate that we're building will bring an enhanced anti-submarine warfare capability. The destroyers that we have right now have very capable anti-submarine warfare capability. So while those were an additional capacity, if you will, in terms of anti-submarine warfare, we do have other capable systems in the fleet, not just on the sea, but also, I mentioned the submarines, the quietest submarines in the world, most effective submarines in the world that we're fielding, as well as our P-8 aircraft for large area ASW surveillance.
Admiral, thank you. And if your team would be interested in having a conversation with me or my team about the suggestion that you made, please pursue.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.